And action. Oops, with the help of a shimmer screen, wouldn't it? There we go. And I think we left it at line number 8.
Yes.
So the last thing he has said is he's been soundly incriminating himself, said, namely oh no, he hasn't yet, right? Has he? What did he say? How far did we get?
He has just retold her story.
Her story.
To Re-Harakhte.
But he didn't give us.
We finished with the double close quote thing.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. She said.
Right. That's what he said. That's what she said.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And now comes Re-Harakhte's answer. Who wants it? Any starters? I think I finished, so I'm going to go to the back of the queue. Ralph, I see you looking at the screen.
I am looking at the screen. I couldn't remember how this goes. Well, the first part's easy. So when in and then Re-Harakhte, so then the sun god, Her said to him, "UK Jedinas, ich." And then you were saying to her, what? Or what did then? So Re-Harakhte asks Seth, "What did you say to her then?"
Right.
Something like that. And then Seth replied, "Iui her Jedinas," and then I said to her, "Istu irtu dit na." I can't remember what this word was. Nechem, I guess. Na.
Ooh, I forgot to.
Not the cattle word.
Ihu or ich. Yeah.
Ihu. Na ihu en paremet jer. Oh, Jerry. Okay, so is it that the son? So I said to her, "Is it that the cattle be given, the herd be given to the foreign man? Iu pasheri, sherry, in pa, well that aha, did we say that was decide that was aha?
Achawit, I think. Or
Achawit. Ahut. Yeah. Well, while the child of the caballero, I think we decided was the appropriate translation there.
Nice. Yeah.
Aha. Aha, and yeah. While the son of the caballero is right there, is standing up, is still alive.
Right. Standing is present.
Yes, is
present, essentially. Okay.
I think that's
okay. So
I'll stop there.
The aha there answers a question for me then. So I was translating that as then, but I did not see the determinative or didn't pay attention to the determinative for the legs. So it's standing rather than then. Yeah. Okay.
It's probably a stative, I'm guessing. So while he is there, being standing, being as he stands, I'm trying to find some kind of clunky translation for the stative here, but yeah, while he's there.
Well, he is in the result of having stood.
Okay, all right.
Beautiful.
I can't improve on that one.
Blows, doesn't it? Yeah.
That's it.
Well, if he is
such good
standing,
English.
isn't that some kind of stative in the first place in English when you say he is standing, that it is static anyway, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He is standing. What was that? Technically,
it's ambiguous in English because we don't have stative, so we express the stative that way, but we also.
It's the first participle, so that's an ongoing. But stand per se is a static verb rather than a
right
moving one.
You have
so
to
he's
say
standing.
stand up if you want there to be motion, like you need.
Yeah, stand up would be a motion, and then stood up. No, he has stood up or something, then you would have the effect of what he did and so on and so forth. But standing is this static situation anyway. No?
It's a type of verb. That's right. That's right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, and let me make sure that we got that right.
I want to say it's like on 42 or 40. I'm sorry, 52 or 53.
Oh, even before that. Okay, thank you.
I could be wrong.
So
There it is.
Getting close. There it is. There it is.
Ihu. Yeah, there we go.
Ihu, okay, well we're at it, which makes sense. I mean, it's Eche in Coptic, the cow. So that's Eche or Uche, I forgot.
It's quite close.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that fits. Sorry, Ralph, you were saying?
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Okay. And yeah, this one here, resultative. So this is it's the stative. So they see it the same way. Okay, while the child is present. As simple as that. Very cool. Grammar-wise, maybe one thing to point out. So we had this here, the second tense.
Here too.
The what? I'm sorry.
It-
The irtu,
So
yeah.
is it that the cattle are to be given to the stranger?
And I think we had that early on, like on the first page. Whenever you have these ist sentences with a second tense, it's basically, well, should it be that or is it that? Basically, a rhetorical question expecting no as an answer. We had that already very early on. The other thing I wanted to point out, I think in Coptic you would use a second tense here, but apparently not in Late Egyptian. It's simply, you said what?
A second tense to mark the question, you mean?
Wasn't it? Like, how would you say, what did you say in Coptic?
I think it's still optional in Coptic. You don't have to use the second tense to mark a question.
Okay,
But that's one of the ways questions are emphasized.
got it. So it's optional, you're saying.
That's what I
Okay.
remember.
Then there's no difference here. Okay. I was just, as you were reading, I was thinking, like, isn't that a second tense in Coptic? But maybe it isn't, like you say. So in this case, it's just, yeah. Yuk, Jo, Jed, Nas, Ich, or Ash.
So the ich, I guess, makes it a question.
Right.
And we wouldn't have the ich in Coptic, right? Like,
Oh my God, now you're getting me started. How do you say that? What did you say in Coptic? How would you say that?
that was nim, or what's the other one?
Would be Ash. It's the same Ich.
Ashpe.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, okay.
Ash. Okay.
Oh, I'll have to defer that question because I'm probably going to say nonsense, but I'll get Lambden out later, or nah, Leighton.
Figure out the
Let's
proper
figure out-
Hieratic.
So, anything else that needs clarification in here that we should discuss? This is all pretty clear.
Ray, the Horus of the two horizons, saying. So the EUK is like, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really a circumstantial, is it? It's more like a continuative,
Yeah, that is.
conjunctive.
What is that actually? Why is that so? Because you said would simply be jedek, right? Like the
Yeah.
HMF form of jed for past tense. So naively, I would have assumed jedek nes ich. If you'd asked me, how would you say? What did you say? So why does it say?
Yeah. Why is it EUK?
Could it possibly connect to what he is saying? So he's telling the story, and he's then Pre-Harakhte would be saying something like, "And what did you say?"
Like to just
No.
I would say no, because I mean, essentially, if normally I would say I'm not sure, but in this case, I would say rather not, because I mean, if you had to put like punctuation marks, I think there would clearly be like a whatchamacallit, a colon, a colon,
Yeah.
colon, right? I mean, basically like
Yeah.
opening the direct speech kind of thing. So I think this is a new sentence.
Yeah, of course it is. But like they're talking, right? So and then he's like reacting to Seth, and it's just a really wild idea because normally it's like when they talk and then they continue like that. But maybe could you possibly continue what Seth is saying? You know, like Seth is saying so, and then she said that, and then she said that, and what did you say? And like continuing his story, or this question continues his story. It's a very wild
And
idea.
Seth continues with the same construction. It's EU
Yeah.
Harjed.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
it looks so much stranger because it's a quail chick here instead of a coiled rope. I feel like if they wrote it the way they almost always do with the coiled rope, it wouldn't seem so
But
strange
we
to us.
did see it in
Clearly
both ways,
and
didn't
here.
we? I think we
What's
had the question before, didn't we? And we saw it both ways with the quail chick
Mhm.
and with the
Mhm.
rope also.
Mhm.
And then
Although to Aaron's point, it looks to me like this is almost, I mean, the way it's written, like this is substituted after the fact, as if we wanted to say something else.
Because it's so awkward and tall, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I like the D on the next line.
The D on the next line.
That looks like
Yeah.
something I
Yeah,
would
the
do.
D, yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's
exactly.
definitely a oops. I need to
This is
write that
definitely
down.
an oops moment, and I'm wondering if this is an oops moment too, because
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it looks almost like he wanted to write ich to me, and then he corrected that into ilk. So it could be that, or maybe it's a grammar thing that we haven't covered yet, that we haven't read yet. Like, why do you still? I mean, so far we always said this is the first time that we have the you, and it is not either the whatchamacallit, the circumstantial or the third future. This can't be either. I mean, unless what you just said, that it's a continuation from what Seth was saying. Otherwise, this is a new sentence, so it couldn't be. It couldn't be the circumstantial. Sorry, it's slow today, and it's certainly not a third future. And what will you say? No, I don't think so. So could be some carryover for Middle Egyptian, or maybe there's another use for you in Late Egyptian that we haven't covered yet. Could be a worthwhile research question what this could be. Should we park it?
Well, how is the you functioning in the beginning of the very next line then? So we end here, and then Seth said to him, and then start the very next line, you, Harjed, and S. So how would we translate that you? As then I said, what now I said? Is it the functioning in the same way as this you?
Exactly the same way. You're absolutely right. Very good. It's exactly the same way. Huh.
It almost, to me, in English, it's almost reading as so. So
Right.
you said what to her? So I
Yeah.
said to her.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Which, I don't know, who's good in Middle Egyptian? I'm not, as you guys know. Is that something that you would very typically do in Middle Egyptian?
I need to go back and look. Don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't
Hawk
want to.
still calls it the circumstantial. It's I always felt like Hawk gave it more weight than it really has in most inscriptions.
Hmm.
Because it makes it's like an accessible point to Middle Egyptian, but
Can't wait to cover that. Let's see. No, not truth and lie, but here we go. I'm just wondering what Ellie makes out of it. If he's
Yeah, that's a great question.
We were at 7.8, wasn't it?
well, 711. 7-8.
No, he doesn't say anything in particular. Unfortunately. I have the feeling I'll go back to Chernik Wall later, just to see what they say about that.
All right, well, let's park it for now.
Let's park it for now, but it's an interesting question. How else can you function? And like Aaron said, here it is right again. It's not a third future. Okay, it is what it is. This we've covered, the second tense, that's known. With the infinitive following it. The strange person, the strange man, the stranger, basically. Even though it's written with a B1, we'll get there in a moment with the hieratic. Definitely, this here is just circumstantial. Standing. Okay, I think we have it. Should we go to the next one before we go to a hieratic? I mean, where's the next? Yeah, let's maybe continue until the next aha. So we start from here, from E9s, etc. Once it.
I can take it.
All right.
E9ness. I said to her. I think this is just closing out the previous
Right.
quotation. So I says to her, I says,
Nice.
I said, and then end it with I said, I'm not quite sure what to make of this E blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna
Right.
skip it for a second. Who
I had a question about that too. Yeah.
Her en pa Karia Wahet. Okay, so something beat the face of the traveler vagabond with a stick. M22 Ka and Kaf and cast him out, Arbol outside. M22 and Dipait Sheriu Arta Set Pai F Eat E in NS. So and cast him outside and give your son to the place his father. I really want there to be an N there. N pi F eat. It seems weird to me. I said to her. So I says, yeah. Ta set pi F eat. Yeah, I want it to be N pi F eat. And I'm not sure what the R before ta is doing. Give him to the place his father.
Right.
Middle Egyptian R is sometimes used for roles, like place him into the role.
Oh, okay. Place him into the role. Is that why there's no N then?
Well,
N
no,
pot.
that doesn't explain
N
that.
pot.
Unless
Yeah.
are there direct genitives in late Egyptian? Or maybe it's a fossilized direct genitive from Middle Egyptian.
Huh. That's a good question. I don't know.
Set pi F
Could be.
So what's happening in the very beginning of this line though? E blah blah blah. What are we not writing?
Okay, so you too. Not the band, but this
You
should
too.
be-
As in as in passive. So his face
Right.
caused his face to be beaten. Is that
May
what we like?
1. You could just make it as a
May 1, yeah. I like doing it passive for some
Like,
reason. I don't
may
know
his
why.
face be beaten?
May 1 beat the face of
Hmm.
the stranger with a stick and
Mhm.
cast him out and give the place to give to your son the place of his father.
You absolutely want to say, I stumbled over the same thing. I was thinking like, give the place of his father to the son, right? That's the way we want to do it. We want to say, D set en Pefiot en Sheri, or in Pasheri.
Maybe it's better to say
wrong.
place the son, put the son in the place of his father
Exactly.
rather than give.
Right. I think with place it works way better, like Rob suggested, like make it a place him on the throne, so to say.
Sure. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So this one is you two. And then the other thing, what on earth? So this looks like an M, right? But
Yeah.
the verb
Oh,
is who, I think. Well, let's gather opinions. Because I don't think this is it, but I don't quite know what it is. There is a verb hui, to beat.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Gardner transcribes it with Z12, which Seth says is who.
With which glyph?
Z12?
Z12?
That's that weird forky looking thing.
Yeah, it looks just
Yeah,
like
that's
the
what I
thing
was
that
asking about in the
Gardner
chat.
wrote that Peter.
Yeah, it's the weird looking, I don't know, half of a 3, maybe, if I'm being
It's like
generous.
a digamma.
Z12?
I don't even know what a digamma is. That's cool. Yeah.
All right.
Sniff. Say 12?
So Ramses has a picture, and it looked like Ellie had a picture of it as well.
Right, it was that weird thing, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's why Z, because it's one of those hieratic only things, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let's go there.
We had this once before, but I can't really remember what we decided. Like, I think it does match some other hieroglyph. It's Gardner's time they didn't realize what it was. But I'm also confused because in this one it just looks like an M in the
It does very much look like an M.
hieratic.
Yeah.
So let's have a quick look. What our new website here has is that alle neuen Kodierungen anzeigen. Here we go. No 12. We was robbed.
Not there.
Not
It's
there.
not an Allen either. But
Interesting. I forgot where we found this thing. We had it once before.
we did, you're right.
Did we have it in this text already? Is that why?
Yes.
Okay.
I suppose I can search.
Okay, it doesn't like that. How about this? Good. No. Okay. Nice try.
Is it a hui?
Yeah.
Hui.
Lesko has it as hui. Yeah.
There you
And
go.
Lesko has it with that weird little glyph.
Gorlenichev. 3917. Berlin. Another Chester. Very interesting. I didn't know that was okay. Interesting. I was just wanting to see if we have the line in here handy. Can be spelled without that weird glyph, but here's another example. Give me a moment. I want to see where it is in our text. Okay, 710. 710. Isn't that where we just were?
Yeah, that's all.
Yes.
And 813.
Oh.
I thought
What's
it
coming
came
up?
up before. 9-3 again, 10-3 again.
Yeah, I thought we had an earlier example too.
Yeah, I distinctly remember us discussing this thing, but you know what? It may have been outside of the text.
We have had, I think we have had the word to hit before or to beat, but I think it was either spelled different. Yeah, okay, hold on. Beat that. Oh, they used Ken to beat.
hmm.
Might have been that.
I think what happened is somebody asked about this on Discord, and that's how we got into this. I sort of seem to remember it. It was not in our text yet. I think. Okay. So that doesn't really help. It's in Venamun, but wait, no, it's spelled completely differently, so that doesn't help. What kind of text could we use? There are a few others here. If we want to see how that glyph is written. Okay. The taking of Joppy of the.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean, there are plenty of texts that just don't have any of them handy, unfortunately.
What happens when you, is it just a reference to the papyrus?
Yeah, I
Would it
don't
be
think
too
we got a
cool to
picture.
suppose that they click on that and there's no picture?
Wouldn't that
Probably
be
too
nice?
much. Okay.
I mean, what you can do is you can go through the text. That's cool, but it doesn't give
Scorpion
you
spell. Cool.
you can see the whole text that way. So that's something I really like about Ramses Online. Just like the TLA2, the thesaurus, you can get the whole text if you click through.
Wow.
Healing papyri. I don't think those guys normally have pictures. Digital Egypt.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff. I remember somebody asking on Quora once, but is there enough to read in Old Egyptian? Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, cool. Ralph has something on Anastasia.
Say
So
that
you were
again.
right. Somebody asked about it on Discord. We found
Yeah.
the sign, and you found a.
Somebody found the sign and asked about it, right?
Yeah, and you found another instance of it.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, is there by any chance how it should be written in hieratic?
You found the hieratic example. I'm trying to find it again, match it up here. Mostly unsuccessfully. Oh, there it is. Yeah. It does look like the gardener sign. So it's definitely different from what we have in our hieratic.
Want to share your screen?
But maybe ours is a mistake. See if I can find my window again. It's like I cannot share my screen. Oh, maybe. There we go.
Should be. I'll hit stop share on my end. Oh, there was something in the chat. Oh, Anastasia 3. Anastasia 313. Do I have that handy? Anastasia 3. Okay, I found it.
Black screen currently. Is everybody else seeing something?
Can
No.
anybody
No,
see
it's
anything I'm
black.
sharing?
Just black
Yeah.
screen.
Okay, I don't think it works.
Well,
Sorry.
did you say there are other examples of it in our text that we just haven't come across yet? We should look at those and see if they
Yes.
look different or if
Let's
they
look
look
at
the same
those.
as the one we have here.
That is a
Yeah,
good.
it seems like there's one on line 8 coming up.
Well, then let's take a look at it. Good point. Because right, this one looked like an M, right? So let's see what the others look like. Line 8, you said. Page 8. H3, was it? 8. Oh. Burp. We're not
Yeah, we
that.
don't go that far yet,
No worries.
but
I guess this does bring up an interesting question too. So how do you navigate the online resource for Chester Beatty?
The online resource for Chester Beatty.
Yeah, that's
I
a
know-
good point. It's a little bit confusing
Yeah,
because they have the giant thing and then they have some
Yeah.
smaller schnapps, and you have to keep changing a different document to find different pieces of it.
yeah, it's really
not in
irritating.
order.
Oh,
So I
okay.
just use the thing Christian stitched together where it's like 3 giant PDFs.
Okay. Okay.
What's the online thing for Chester Beatty?
Like our image of Chester Beatty came from like the Chester Beatty, the Morgan Museum has a scan of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And but the website's a little difficult to use because
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weirdly difficult. You'd think you'd be able to just look at it and scroll through it and look at what you want to look at, but you
Yeah.
can't. It's really hard to
Not.
try to.
it's designed for books, and when you give it a scroll, it doesn't know what to do.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I've managed to be able to look at one page of it over and over and over again, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
if
and it's
you want
not
to look at a
labeled clearly,
different
so
page.
it's really
That sounds exciting.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
it's
it's not
not-
just me then. Okay.
and
No,
it's not
it's-
labeled clearly, so it's really hard to find like the section you're looking for.
crazy. I actually use
Yeah.
this one a lot just because it's so much easier to scroll through.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
pictures aren't as
okay.
good, but you can still read it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So we're looking for line
But don't we have the
8.
pictures in a syllabus or somewhere? Because I've got them on my computer. No? And they're quite neat.
You mean you have an offline version of the photos?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I
Share.
think that's good. I
Cute.
think you've got
Yeah,
them
yeah.
somewhere.
I only
Well, they're
have
on the GitHub too. I mean, they're all there on
Oh.
GitHub. Some
Okay,
of them have
okay.
already been, I think I cut them up through page 9 at least, but the intact
wow.
pages are all there.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you just have to zoom in a little bit. It's quite good. Then you have the first and the second one, and then you have the second one that would be then 5, 6, 7, 8.
Not to get too far afield, but could you show me like where's the big picture? Where's the smaller picture?
On
The
GitHub?
offline?
I guess what I'm wondering is sometimes on websites, if you just type in the image, you can see just the image. So is that the way GitHub works? Where, you know, if we've got the image and it's on the space, can you just see the large image on GitHub?
Yes.
I can navigate to
So if
GitHub.
you go to github.com/tansebe/hairset.
Would this work? What I'm doing here, or
No, not that one. The github.com/tansebe. You have to look at the source.
Gotcha.
We can add links to the full page. That would be easy to do if that's helpful. But so /tansebe.
So with a C, with a Z, or with an
SEBE, yeah.
okay, and then
Right. /hairset or yeah, like that, because I forgot the H.
okay. And then
Click on, hey, merge pull request 36 from Aaron Tarazi. Click on hieratic lines. I think
okay.
that's where it is, right? Look, intact pages. So
Oh,
the ones down below, so all the PNGs, those are just straight pictures of the pages. I
Those are the
believe.
big ones. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
cool.
That's exactly what I was wondering.
Right.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
you can click on the download button there to get a copy, or there's a view raw that'll show you the whole image.
This is very neat. I didn't realize that the whole time.
Yeah. So Christian pulled these from the Morgan Library website.
These are really high resolution, which is nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's very nice. Can you put the link to that in the chat if you haven't already?
I have not, but I can afterwards. Yeah.
So
Oh,
what
cool.
line are we looking for this character?
Thanks for bringing us back.
We could go back to the PDF on that. Yeah, because it's probably easier to navigate. But
Hang on. We are looking for The next one would be as 813.
8,
Okay, so the
13.
bottom of 8.
Yep, there it is. About a third of the way over. Last line.
Okay. You found it?
That one looks like an M too.
Looks
Huh.
like
Yeah, it totally looks like an M.
it does look like an M. Wow.
So maybe Gardner is thinking it can't be an M because it's Hui. So just this is the way the scribe writes that weird thing that we don't know what it is. That has the tail going down and like it's supposed to go down and to the right,
Right.
like it
Mhm.
does in the Ramses copy. But ours does it down and to the left, so it looks like an M. But it's this one's a little different in shape. Like it's the top is flat,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the M it's much more curved when he writes it.
Yeah, that's true.
The M normally ends on the line, not under the
Yeah,
line,
not below.
not below. So
Or if it descends, it's just a little bit. Yeah.
it's more like two ends, with the second end going really far. So it is.
Mm.
It's not an M. I mean, here's like I would say that's probably an M. Should be.
Yeah, that's more of an M.
Yeah.
Here, this is classic. It's just
Mhm.
right in line with everything
Mhm.
else. And this guy here is a huge descender. So
Yeah.
interesting. Can try to find some of the other papyri later and see how other people write it. If this is a common thing or just our scribe here, because he's clearly intentional about it. That's the way he does it. The other interesting question would be, how is this thing generally spelled in Lesco?
It's generally spelled with that thing,
Digamma?
sloping backwards F, the digamma.
Could someone show me the
Occasionally,
digamma so I know what
occasionally
that
not.
looks like?
Of course,
Thank you.
it looks like an F.
Sorry.
That's what it is. It's the Greek letter that came before.
Oh.
This is not nice. So I want to see one that's a bit more curvy, like a real wow.
There you go. That was one of them.
Sort of. I mean, honestly, what I was hoping for was something that looks more like early handwriting. No, that's not it. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Interesting. I mean, often in scholarship, you find it written like this, like this, basically.
If you look at the very
Oh.
top of the page, they have an example like that.
Oh, they do? Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for, exactly. This
So
button.
between the
Oh, that
F
thing.
and the stigma
Okay.
is the digamma.
Yeah. That's digamma. Okay. Okay.
Or that's what I think of as a digamma. I guess they're saying those are all the same letter, but
And I mean, you have that
it's
in
an ancient
Greek,
Greek W.
the ancient Greek W that later fell out, like
Oh,
in,
interesting.
isn't it in,
And it's digamma because it's two gammas written on top of each other? That
well,
I
it,
guess so.
how do you say wine again? Is it oinos? Oinos? Like, you know,
Buenos, yeah.
and so later that
like that.
falls out, and that's how you get like your enoteca or something in Italian. But
Well,
yeah,
it falls out
Oh.
quite early, like it's not even in the Iliad.
right. But it's in there from the meter sometimes, I think. Like,
Yeah, you can tell it used to
works
be
at the-
there in the Iliad.
interesting.
Yeah,
You guys know so many things. You guys are awesome.
it's the Hebrew wow, basically the sixth letter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okie doke. How did we get
Cool. Thank you for the
We were asking how often Lesko spells it with that, and I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
looking
yeah.
at it right now, it's usually there. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just the coiled wick and the guy hitting with the stick, and maybe a couple reed leaves after it. But he very frequently includes it in the spelling.
here?
That digamma.
Digamma thing. Okay, all right.
It's
It has a-
official
Just
now.
call it the digamma.
I'd be
and
surprised
it
if
always
the
has
first
the
one that-
three kind of W looking things next to it. Is that right?
Yeah, but Aurelia was saying that's 2. That it's just a U2.
this one here,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure.
It doesn't look like a 2 to me, but
But this one here?
it looks like, yeah, that one there.
You know, he does that again at the end of the page, exact same thing. It's almost like a, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
feel like it's just a,
Hmm.
you know, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
write it out because you know exactly what I'm saying, kind of thing.
Down here. What he does down there is down here, the page.
Yeah.
He makes the last one really long, which is interesting. Unless this is something else. And I'm misreading this. But yeah, it's the same thing at the beginning at least. And then you see it here too for the well, is that true?
Yeah.
Look, there's a
M2.
two to
Right. Yeah.
Almost, it's
Yeah,
very
the M2 too, but there's
slapdash.
definitely a T there.
That's the T.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a T there.
I mean, the way he does that is like the T is like this. The U
Oh.
actually, this is the characteristic stroke, and then comes the little bit extra. Yeah, you're right. This is different, huh? This is just really
Just-
just.
Yeah.
This looks like a U. I agree with you. This is really more written like a U, not like a T. U. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, logically, you're right. You would expect it to be written something like this, right?
Hmm.
What he does.
Right.
Why? Beats me. But it makes perfect sense if you like in context that that's what it's supposed to be. So maybe we'll just book it under Scrabble abbreviations.
Sounds good.
Okay, did we make it to the end of the sentence grammatically? I think we did, right?
Yes.
So what are we
You
doing?
look at hieratic.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah. Let's do that.
And I think we got this far before. So when in Re-Harakhte, it's all very conventional. Joe. Oh, maybe one thing to point out. Remember how the other day we were talking about that variant form for Horus?
Mhm.
Here it is again. And I think it comes like a few lines after you get it one more time. So
Mhm.
the Her, he's making really elegant now. I like that. This little thing that he makes it into. This we talked about, that almost looks like an afterthought. Jednes achas hutich jednef Yui. Okay, that's right here. Yui jednes these two irid. And by the way, I think we can confirm what Gail proposed weeks ago, namely the eye really starts from left to right. The pupil is not separate. You can see that here.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Goes over that way and then down.
There's just no doubt. That's one continuous line. So I think you were spot on. It goes like this, and then like that, and continues.
Yeah.
So that one we can put to rest, which is good. One mystery gone. Then comes our eche, our cow, plural strokes, and paromich. The romich has the little ch indicated. For some reason spelled with a B1 woman and not an A1 man. Why not? Or well, it's one person, so I guess you have to pick one. Not sure. Jerry,
It is an interesting, if you look at the remich there and zoom into that a little bit, it seems like maybe there's some flaking between the indicator of her headpiece and the part of her body. Does that make sense?
Something seems to be missing.
Yeah, something's going on there. I would expect it to be more like the A1 sign, where it's like you start here, make the symbol, and then do the little mark for her headpiece. But
Agree. I mean, for some reason, there's a big disconnect here, right? That should be there, and it
yeah,
isn't.
that would be just my assumption.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And I'm not sure if that's a fiber thing but it looks kind of intentional. I mean, I see no
Yeah,
traces of it.
looks cool.
It does. So yeah, I'm not sure what he was doing there. Why? Jerry looks normal. This part here we had with the book roll. You pa Sherry. You pa Sherry and pa. What did we say? Ahatiu, ahatui. I think ahatui.
Yeah.
This is an R. I mean an Aleph.
Uh-huh.
U-T, T you just have to know. Aha, aha, full stop. Inines, inines, then our EU2, Ui with a weird digamma. Here he makes the whole herd N almost into like one big Sumerian looking thing, but it's just a herd with a
Yeah.
nah.
The
Determinative.
roll stroke and then the N underneath the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one we should talk about a bit next time, maybe. What's going on with this rule? That looks wild, right? I mean, let's go back. Pa, Aleph, Ka, Aleph, and then comes this big thing.
Yeah.
It's like that in Mulder too. So I think that's just the shape.
So is that like the back part of a lion, maybe? With that mark being its tail? I don't know.
Could be.
Okay, let's give it a quick shot. Rue. No, that's not the rule I wanted. Nice, but no. Is it just
It's E23.
E23? Okay.
God, you're fast.
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
How did we do it?
So cool.
Look at that.
He's a machine. Yeah.
It's Sir Alan Gardner reborn.
Right. His reincarnation right there.
Channel your inner gardener.
Yeah, that's it. Look at
That's
that.
it, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look like a lion to me, but all right.
Nope. I mean, it's got little feet and then the
Like-
rest is just.
Back, haunches, and then the little curling tail.
Hmm.
Yeah.
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 Okie doke. Should we park it with the line and continue next time?
Yeah.
See, we're
Yep.
running out of
I think
time.
that's a good place to stop.
All right, guys. Thanks so much as always, and see you
Have
in
a
a
good
week.
weekend.
You
See you
too.
next time.
Cheers, everyone.
Actually, I won't be here next week because I'll be traveling for the holiday. But
Oh,
Right. It's US holiday.
well, we'll miss you and
Yes.
we'll record
That's
it.
true. That's true.
yes, okay. Don't have too much fun.
We'll do our
See you
best.
next time.
Bye.
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 Bye.